again today starts in 2 minutes.
Any more pupils today?
No, just the same two. We're telling them about his birth today.
They'll have a big shock. They were convinced that he would be born in America, land of the, what do they call it, double, triple cheeseburger with lashings of chocolate sauce.
And triple ice cream sundae with tomato sauce. Don't think we've got that quite right somehow.
Any idea what they're talking about?
Absolutely none.
I wonder how they will take it when they hear. I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth. Better get painting then.
Oh no! No, this way! Welcome, day 2 of Angel School. Can you remember what you learnt yesterday?
Yes, that geese over there went to Earth to go and talk to Mary.
Go on, Space Hoppers.
I went by Easy Wings.
Did they charge you extra for your wings?
Can you remember what Gabriel asked Mary?
If she would agree to have God sing and bring him up.
And what was he to be called?
Jesus.
And she said yes, if God wanted her to do it.
Gladly.
Well remembered. Today we're going to hear about the day he was actually born. Now, where do you suppose that is likely to be?
Tenerife, in a place with a pool, servants and much more.
America, if he wants a double, triple cheese. Oh, you know the rest.
No, you're both wrong. He was born in one of the poorest countries in the world, and in a shed, and where animals lived.
That can't be right.
Sounds a bit crazy.
Well, look at the pictures Gabriel has done and see for yourself.
In this picture, Mary is only a few hours from having her baby, and we were all getting worried about her, especially Joseph.
What is she doing on a donkey? It must be very uncomfortable.
Is Joseph taking her to the hospital?
There weren't any hospitals or comfortable beds for poor people like Mary and Joseph. They had to sleep where they could, and sometimes it might even have been in a hedgerow.
Mary is riding a donkey because everybody from the villages had to travel to their family town to be counted by the Romans. Mary and Joseph had to go to Bethlehem.
Usually Mary would have walked, but as she was so near to having her baby, Joseph had borrowed a donkey for her to ride on.
Even so, it must have been very tiring and bumpy.
Like riding a space hopper.
Do be quiet about your space hopper. It must have been much worse than that.
It was, and all they could hope for was a clean room at the local inn.
Did they get one?
No, there were so many people in Bethlehem, there were no rooms left. But the innkeeper's wife took pity on Mary and led them round to a stable in the backyard of the inn, so they could stay there.
That's awful.
Well, Mary and Joseph were glad of it. It was warm and dry, and there was clean straw for Mary to lie on.
And during that night, when everything was quiet and peaceful, Mary had her baby. And look, there was even a little manger full of warm straw for the baby to lie in.
I can hardly believe it.
The straw must have been a bit prickly.
And those are cows in the stable with them.
They are.
Wasn't Mary upset that she had to have a baby in a stable where the animals live?
No, not at all. She knew that Jesus was God's son, and that God had planned that this is where they would be born.
And God would protect his little family come what may.
Michael, do you remember what it was like in heaven that night? Everybody was so excited. The singing and the cheering got louder and louder until I told them to go down to earth and see for themselves.
I remember that night. I had never been to Earth before. We were so happy and excited. We sang until we couldn't sing any more.
So where did you all go on your trip to Earth?
Ah, that's for tomorrow.
Where on earth did the angels go?
We go for a double triple cheeseburger.
It was even more exciting than a trip to McDonald's.
Perhaps they forgot the fries.
Now off home, both of you, and see you both tomorrow.
I've never forgotten that day, you know. The world just hasn't been the same since.
True. I wonder what they'll make of it.